Hello guys and welcome back to the Brighton career mode here on FC24. Let's get into it. The last episode was a very nice one as we finally find ourselves into the top 6 in the Premier League. We actually find ourselves in the top 5, currently sitting in 5th place on 21 points. This is how the table is lining up so far. Manchester City, Aston Villa, Chelsea, and Newcastle the top 4. Us and Liverpool in 5th and 6th. Bournemouth having a fantastic season, actually beat us pretty bad earlier this year, sitting in 7th place. And then 8th Spurs, 9th Arsenal, 10th Nottingham Forest, and you can see the rest of the table here. Fulham, Southampton, and Brentford are in the relegation zone as of right now, but obviously we're only about not even a third of the way through the season, so nothing to worry about just yet. But Brentford only 5 points so far through 11 games. They definitely need to work on that. If you didn't catch the last video, please be sure to go catch that one out. The views are a little bit lower on that one, but that's alright. That's how it goes with this YouTube game. But yeah, go ahead and go check that one out. Leave a like and comment how you feel about the video. But let's go ahead and get into this video. First things first, we get into our game against Nottingham Forest. We have a couple days until it, but now we are to match day. Nottingham Forest are sitting in 10th place as of right now, so they're definitely not having a bad season as far as their standards are concerned, but this is the lineup that we're going to go with for this game. We probably need to replace some players, get in some other players to get some game time in. We're going to bring in Bornau on that left side. I want to keep Lewis Dunk in. Bino Gittins has already grown to a 75, so he's already up there with Adingra in terms of overall, so it's going to be hard to choose between those two on that left side, but this is the lineup we're going to go with. So let's go ahead and get into this game against Nottingham Forest. Let's see what lineup they're going with. So yeah, they got Awani, Alanga, Mangala, Niakate. Pretty much standard Nottingham Forest lineup. A couple of unknown players in there that I'm not sure. They do have Darmian, which is crazy. Matt Turner in there as well as the goalie. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this game. And let's try and get 3 more points just like we did in the last video. Nottingham Forest pushing forward here. They take a shot. Verbruggen is able to get to that one though. And knocks it out for a corner and for the first corner of the game. Nottingham Forest take this corner short. Alanga to Huerta. Tries to cross it in. It gets blocked by Pedro Neto. So momentarily we do get the ball away, but now Mangala pushing forward. Huerta with a cross. Lewis Dunk able to get that one away. Dahoud has a lot of space in midfield. We're actually going to go for a shot here. Not a bad effort. Turner gets down to his left to make the save. Very, very nicely. We're going to keep the pressure on. Nottingham Forest around the edge of the box right now. Alanga pushing forward. Nice pass into Huerta, I believe. Verbruggen has to make another save. 25 minutes gone in this game. Not a whole lot of action so far on either side. Just pretty much both teams turning it over back and forth, back and forth. But now, Nottingham Forest have their second corner of the game. They're going to take this one short as well. Huerta going to cross this one in again, but we are going to deal with it yet again. Dahoud finds Smith Rowe in the edge of the box. Smith Rowe looking inside for Ferguson. Ferguson looking for the back of the net and hits it off the outside of the post and out for a Nottingham Forest goal kick. Awani pushing forward here. Has Estepinian on his back. Can we force a turnover? Awani just runs it out to the corner. Now he's looking back inside. Gonna go for a cross, but the cross is very poor. I'm not sure what he was doing there. Dahoud looking over the top for Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's gonna try to find a move inside. Finds Dahoud, who finds Ferguson. We're gonna go for a shot. We're unable to get a shot on goal, really. It gets blocked and it gets away. Nottingham Forest pushing down this left wing. Toffolo, he's gonna go for a cross. That one's right at Verbruggen, and that one is collected. A terrible first half, honestly, by both teams. Not a lot going on either way. And this game is going to be level at the break at 0-0. Smith Rowe finds Pedro Neto. Off the kick. Ferguson trying to find Smith Rowe with another pass. Unable to get it to him. We're going to keep the pressure on and hopefully try to force a turnover here. But we can't. Pascal Gross sees the run of Smith Rowe. We're going to have to make a move. We do. Smith Rowe's going to find Ferguson. And Ferguson's not going to find the back of the net. We need you to find the back of the net there, Ferguson. Lamptey inside to Ferguson. Ferguson going to look for Smith Rowe. Not the greatest pass. We're somehow still holding on to the ball. Neto's going to find a pass to Dahoud. He's going to find a pass to Ferguson. Bino Gittins, Dahoud. We ran out of real estate. Dahoud finds a pass out here to Jamie Bino Gittins. We're going to cut inside. We're going to look for maybe Evan Ferguson. We're actually not going to pass it to him. We're going to go for a shot with Bino Gittins, but he was pressured right as he was going to shoot, and Turner collects that one easily. 72 minutes gone in this game now. Mahmoud Dahoud and Jamie Bino Gittins coming off for Andy Diop and Simon Adingra. Andy Diop pushing down this left wing. Can we find a cross? We're going to try to find the cross, but it gets deflected out for a corner, our first corner of the game. Hopefully we can try to find something here off this one. It actually wasn't a corner. They're going to say it was a handball. Pascal Gross is our best free kick taker. I have a thought to go for a shot here, but I'm just going to go for a cross. We're going to see what we can do towards the back post. Bornau almost able to get to that one. It gets headed out. Evan Ferguson is going to find himself with it. In a dangerous area. I don't know what to do just yet. There's no one making any runs. Everyone's just standing around. We're We're going to go from Ferguson out to Neto. Going to try to make a move inside. Still just nowhere to go. Neto's going to try to go for a dink over the defense to Adingra, but it was just way too far and went out of bounds. And Nottingham Forest are pretty much just content to run out the clock. They do, and they just hold on to the ball for the final 5 minutes of the game. And this game ends in a 0-0 draw. Very much a very boring game to watch and to play. There's probably not going to be very many highlights of this game, so I apologize in advance for that, just because there really wasn't a lot going on. I'll show you the possession stats here in just a moment. Nottingham Forest held onto the ball for the majority of the game and did absolutely nothing with it. They had 60% possession, but only 2 shots, so anytime I got the ball, I tried to do what I could with it, but they weren't doing anything with the ball themselves. They were just holding on to it and pretty much just wouldn't let us have it. I guess that was their game plan, and they worked it to perfection, so a 0-0 draw, and both teams come away with 1 point. And now up next, we have an international break followed by an away game to Stamford Bridge at Chelsea. That's going to be a very tough game. Then we'll have a home game against West Ham, and then an away game against Leicester City to round off this episode. I wanted to go ahead and take this moment to show you guys the squad stats. I don't know if I've done that very recently. And again, I apologize for not having the videos out every day. Recently, I've been sick for the past week, so my bad on that. But yeah, here's the squad stats for the squad so far this season. Emile Smith Rowe leading the line with 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 goal contributions already through 12 games, which is just a fantastic record. Neto with 4 and 2. He's been kind of cold over the last couple of episodes. Hasn't really done a whole lot since the beginning of the season. Evan Ferguson had a fantastic episode yesterday, or in the last episode, but the first game in this episode today was just abysmal. A couple of very, very good chances that he missed. Jamie Bino Gittins had a hot start as well, just like Neto, but so far, since then, has not done very much at all. João Pedro, been okay, but not the greatest. Adingra has been okay as well, but nothing, again, nothing to show for too much. But besides those players, no one else has really scored too much. Billy Gilmore with a goal and Buonanotte with a goal. And besides that, no one else has scored for the squad. So far, just an okay start to the season. Not the greatest, but we're going to hopefully pick it up with the goals and assists more as we go along. All right, we are now to match day against Chelsea. So let's go ahead and get into this game. Let's take a look at what they are rocking with. Looks like a pretty standard Chelsea lineup as far as they are concerned. A very strong 11 and a very terrifying 11 to go up against. A lot of pace in this team. And then this is the lineup we are going to be going with. Pretty much a standard lineup. Only one change from last game. Igor is going to be coming back in for Bornau. Bornau is just not as good as I was hoping he would be whenever we first brought him in. So we may be looking to sell him on later on in the January transfer window. But let's go ahead and get into this game. And let's go to Stamford Bridge and see how bad it gets. A little graphic popped up on the screen before the game that said Nicholas Jackson already has 13 goals scored, and I believe we're only on game 12 of the season, so that's very terrifying. Emile Smith Rowe finding a pass out here on the wing to Pedro Neto. We're going to cut inside, get around Cucurella. We're going to keep running. We got to run from Smith Rowe. Can we get it past Sanchez? We can't. Ferguson hasn't been able to find the back of the net yet in this video. Pascal Gross with the pass inside to Ferguson. A very, very slow turn. Evan Ferguson needs to get some more pace and some more agility in him. Nicholas Jackson lays that one off to Nkunku. A nice shot, but luckily for us, Verbruggen does get down to that one and we're able to get away. Nkunku inside to Nicholas Jackson. Jackson's going to find a pass over here to Madueke. We're going to try to slide in. We can't get to it. Igor does get in the way of that shot, though, and blocks it away. Smith Rowe finds Bino Gittins out here on this wing. We're going to cut inside. We're going to look for a pass to Ferguson, but Sarr gets in the way and intercepts it. Smith Rowe out here to Pedro Neto. Does he have the pace to get around Cucurella? He does. Does Ferguson have the touch? A very heavy second touch, and that one is cleared away. Ferguson does well to knock that one away from the defender. Bino Gittins, did not have enough room to make a turn. We're going to keep the pressure on. Their back line has been known to make a turnover or two, but they get away. Mudryk finds a pass to Nicholas Jackson down this wing. Can we get in front of him? We do. Makes a nice turn. He's going to go for a shot. From that angle, it was damn near impossible for it to go in, and it goes off the bottom of the post and out for a goal kick. Nicholas Jackson out here to Mudryk. Does he have the pace? He does, but for some reason he leaves the ball behind instead of keeping it with him, and we're able to get away. Pedro Neto down this right wing. He's making a nice move inside. Finds Smith Rowe, who doesn't find the back of the net. It gets deflected, though, and it will be out for a Brighton corner. Pedro Neto swinging this one in. Can we find Lewis Dunk? He gets to it, but Robert Sanchez gets his hand to that one. Knocks it out for another Brighton corner, though. Aiming for Lewis Dunk yet again. Can we find him a second time? We can. Badiashile knocks that one away. Ferguson looking over the top for Bino Gittins. Finds him. Can we get around the defense? We do get around one man. We're going to look back inside for Smith Rowe, but the pass is weak. Reece James intercepts, and the referee's going to blow his whistle for halftime. A very interesting first half. Still 0-0 here at the break, but it's looking like we are going to be able to score at some point. We just need to find the back of the net. Pedro Neto makes a nice move around one defender, makes a move around a second defender. Can't find the back of the net. Sanchez gets down to his right and makes that save. Gonna be trying to find Lewis Dunk yet again. Badiashile finds that one again, though. Pascal Gross inside to Smith Rowe. We're gonna hold on to it. Find Ferguson. Go for a shot. We can't get that one to get past the defender yet again. They're gonna clear that one away, and it's eventually gonna be out for a Brighton throw-in. And Nkunku finds a pass out here to Cucurella. I'm not worried about him shooting, but I'm worried about him finding a pass. Lewis Dunk does very well. Doesn't get called for a foul either, and we were able to get away. Nkunku inside to Nicholas Jackson. Our defender overran the ball, but Nicholas Jackson shot it over the post and over the bar, and we are lucky to get away from that one. 67 minutes gone here. We're going to make a three-man substitution. We're bringing on João Pedro for Evan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson just can't find the back of the net in this episode and can't get the ball out from under his feet, so we're going to bring on João Pedro, and hopefully he can make a difference. Adingra with a nice move out on this wing. Is able to get around one defender, and is able to get around another. Can we cut this one back to João Pedro? We can't. Badiashile gets back and knocks that one away. Pedro Neto down this wing, finds Andy Diouf, who finds João Pedro, who finds Smith Rowe, who finds the back of the net. Please tell me he's onside. He is, and that is a 1-0 lead after 72 minutes. Hopefully we can keep another clean sheet. We are on a very, very hot streak of keeping clean sheets. And all we need to do now is hold them from scoring. Neto into Diouf, Diouf into Pedro, and Pedro into Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe is just standing there pretty much all by himself, and all he needed to do was find the back of the net. And I think Cucurella was keeping him onside there. Oh, and we take a 1-0 lead. Chelsea pushing forward here with Madueke on this right wing. Tries to cross this one in. Igor is there momentarily, does well to knock it away at first, but not well enough. They get a shot away, but Verbruggen makes that save, and as you can see, the defenders are very, very happy with that. Chelsea taking this corner short. Madueke into Sterling. Sterling finally gets that one back to Madueke, who finds a pass to Nkunku. Oh, Sterling. Oh, is dispossessed momentarily. That ball falls directly back to him, though. We are having such bad luck with that recently. But it's still 1-0. Chelsea swinging this corner in for real this time. Adingra knocks that one away. Can we get to it again? Igor cannot. Please tell me that was a handball. Sterling's going to take a shot. Oh my god. Sterling takes the shot and it's wide of the post. I mean, seriously, we can't get the ball out of our defender's feet, but we will take it. Sterling in the box now. Goes back out of the box. Finds a pass over here to Reece James. Does he have an option to cross it into? He's not going to go for a cross anymore. He's going to find a pass to Sterling, who backheels it to Caicedo, who goes for a shot, but that one's deflected. And out for another Chelsea corner. And this time they're going to swing it in with Enzo Fernandez. João Pedro up for it. Not the header we wanted to see. Verbruggen has to make another save. I'm pressing B to clear it out. And they just clear it to the top of the box to somebody else on the other team. And then our goalkeeper has to make another save. But as long as he keeps making them, I guess it's alright. And they have brought Robert Sanchez up for this corner. They're going to swing this one in. João Pedro. Alright, that's at least not towards the middle of the box. And Veltman does well to get that one away, and we're going to be on the break. Adingra with a fantastic pass inside to João Pedro. Can he put it in the back of the net? He can find the back of the net, and that's a 2-0 win here away against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. What a game, and what a stretch of games we are having recently. A fantastic pass from Simon Adingra inside to João Pedro. I did not think he could get it there. João Pedro, unlike Evan Ferguson this episode, is able to find the back of the net. And we are going to find ourselves with 3 points. Yes, sir. Referee blows his whistle. And that's going to be full time. We take away 3 points from Stamford Bridge. What a game this was. And what a way to finish the game from the boys. I'm very, very happy with that result. I think those losses earlier in the season to Burnley and Bournemouth, where we lost 5-1 and 3-1 back-to-back, lit a fire underneath me because I have been so focused on my defense the past couple of episodes. And it's worked out for me. I've been holding clean sheets back to back to back to back almost, and it's been very nice to see, and it's been very much a struggle. We've been also getting very lucky as well. That game against Chelsea, I felt like they should have scored a couple of goals, but instead they scored none. All that being said though, let's go ahead and look at some emails. We do have a couple of youth academy things to go over, so we do get a scout report back. Again, we're only going to go after guys that look like they're going to be crazy in potential and in overall, which these few don't look like they are, but I do see a couple of guys that look like they could be crazy. Unfortunately, Teddy Hawkins has a high overall, 52 to 72, 1.5 million already. But his potential is only 61 to 85, so gonna have to let him go. There's just no reason for me to go after him. And then Freddie Sanders, again, only 62 to 86 potential. I mean, it's never gonna happen. So we're gonna have to reject him as well, and we're just gonna have to live with the fact that we're probably never gonna find any true Youth Academy players, at least not anymore, that are gonna end up being good for us. Let's go ahead and look at our Youth Academy though. We still have a couple of players in the 60s now, but our highest rated overall player is a 64 overall who's already 18 years old. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to promote him to the senior team, and I'm going to look for a loan to get him for the rest to give him for the rest of the season. And then the rest of these players, we'll just let them sit here. So we're just going to keep working on him and hope that we can see some improvement from him. And there we go. We've got Jansen set to loan. I'm going to go through the rest of our players as well, just to show you kind of the overalls, the ratings that have been improved. Mazilu's up 2, Guadanate's up 1, Emile Smith Rowe's up to an 83 overall, which is absolutely incredible to see. A lot of our players haven't grown in overall yet. Pascal Gross regressing, unfortunate to see, but he is retiring at the end of the season, so kind of makes sense. Kozlowski's up to a 74 on loan, so hopefully we're going to see him keep growing. 68 for Ribeiro, I love to see that. I want to see him get into the 70s. I would love to use him later on in the career mode. And then it doesn't look like many of our defenders have moved up or down in overall at all. Goalkeepers, Verbruggen's up to a 78, which is lovely to see. I would love to see him get up to an 80 overall by the end of the season. He's having some fantastic performances, so I feel like he should be able to. 5 clean sheets out of 13 games is pretty fucking good for a goalie. But all that being said, let's go ahead and simulate to our game against West Ham. That win against Chelsea did see us stay in 5th place, but now we're only 1 point behind Liverpool and Chelsea in 3rd and 4th place, so we could find ourselves in the top 4 by the end of this episode. And for our game against West Ham, this is the lineup they're going to be going with. It looks like a few of their players are a little bit tired, but nonetheless, they definitely have a very, very solid squad and a very, very strong squad, so it's always going to be tough going up against them. And then this is the lineup we are going to go with. João Pedro up top with the Dinger on the left, and we're also going to bring Billy Gilmore into midfield. João Pedro deserves a start after that game, and Lamptey in right back as well for Veltman. Smith Rowe pushing forward here early on. Adingra's going to find a pass inside to João Pedro. We're going to go for a shot. We tried to go for a finesse shot, but that one just goes way, way, way wide of the post and almost out to the corner flag. Lucas Paqueta down this left wing, makes a nice move, finds a pass over to Mavropanos. Luckily for us, Verbruggen gets down to that one, and we're going to get away. Dahoud finds a pass out here to Adingra. The left back overruns Adingra. We're going to keep going down this side. We didn't have a pass inside to find anybody. We're going to keep going, though. We're going to find a pass over here to Billy Gilmore. He's going to go for a shot. Not a bad effort, but Areola gets down to it and gets that one away. Lamptey finds a pass down here to Neto. Can we make a nice move inside? We can. We're going to try to go for another move, but a very, very heavy touch. Got to stop sprinting in the box. But Neto down here again. Makes another nice move. Goes for the shot, but it goes past that top corner and out for a West Ham goal kick. Smith Rowe out here to Neto again. This time we have space to just run past everybody. Cut this one back to João Pedro, and João Pedro finds that bottom corner. Again, I apologize for the cutback passes. I know that in FIFA that's just an easy way to score, but you got to take what you can get in career mode. And against the AI, it's very, very hard to score sometimes. So I will always take the cutback pass if it is there. And that's exactly what we did with Pedro Neto here. Got past the defenders pretty easily there. The center back I thought was going to come over and make it very difficult for us to find that cutback pass, but we still find João Pedro, and luckily for us, he still finds the back of the net. 1-0 Brighton. Smith Rowe in here to Pedro Neto. We got some room on the edge of the box. We're going to go for a shot, trying to go towards that near post in the top corner, but Areola catches that one and makes it a very, very comfortable save. Lucas Paqueta making some nice moves down on this wing. Finds a pass to Cresswell. We're waiting for Lamptey to get back. He is not pushing forward, but Lewis Dunk does well initially and then finally makes another tackle, and we're able to get away. Pedro Neto going to find a pass into Smith Rowe. A nice lane here. Oh, the defender does well. Kerr does well to get back and to track back and get a tackle in. And now they may be on a counterattack. Jared Bowen on the right side of this box. Going to cross it. Looking for, I believe that's Fornals. Yes, Fornals on this left side. Lamptey does well to make that tackle. And we're going to get away. Lucas Paqueta into Danny Ings. Danny Ings inside to Pablo Fornals, who finds Danny Ings yet again. We went for a sliding tackle. I thought Danny Ings was going to fall over Lewis Dunk there. And we were going to get called for a penalty, but we don't, and we get away. Estepinian looking inside for João Pedro. He's going to make a nice turn. Can he find the back of the net? He cannot. Areola makes the save. It was a good effort, but it will be out for a Brighton corner. Pedro Neto swinging this one in. João Pedro could have possibly got his head to it, but a West Ham man ends up with the ball and clears it away, and it's going to be a 1-0 lead for Brighton here at halftime. A nice pass from Coventry inside to Bowen. Bowen inside to Ings. And Ings inside the net. A 1-1 game here against West Ham. And Danny Ings did very well to put that one into the back of the net. A fantastic pass between Estepina's legs to Jared Bowen. And then Jared Bowen into Danny Ings. I'm not sure where Lewis Dunk was going. He decided to cover all the way to the near post. And Verbruggen had no chance of saving that one. And it is a 1-1 game. Smith Rowe pushing forward here. Finds a pass to João Pedro over the top. And he had a chance to score. But the defenders did well to get back. And they blocked that one away. Coventry inside the box now. Does he have room to pass the ball? He tries to make a turn. Goes for the shot. Verbruggen collects that one easily. Alright, about 10 minutes, well, less than 10 minutes left in this game. There hasn't been a stoppage in play in maybe the whole second half, honestly. We're going to look for a pass here to João Pedro. João Pedro into Lamptey. Lamptey doing well to hold up. We need to pass this one back inside. There wasn't an option to go anywhere. And Pedro Neto took a shot. Not a bad effort, but goes wide of the post. Only a few minutes left in this game. And for whatever it's worth, we're going to make some substitutions. We got a 4-man substitution. I think we told these players to come in about 20 minutes ago, but like I said, there literally has not been a stoppage in play. It's just been back and forth, turnover after turnover, so they're finally coming into the game with just a few minutes left to go. Let's see if they can make a difference. Evan Ferguson out here to Adingra. Adingra has some room to go for a shot. Does. The ball gets tipped right back to Areola. I'm not sure if that would be allowed in real life. It looks like it went off Alvarez's foot, but nonetheless, we are away. Enciso looking over the top for Adingra. Back inside to Enciso. Tried to make a move. Was caught sprinting. And Emerson is going to knock that one down to, I believe that was Fornals maybe at the end, but it doesn't matter. The referee blows the whistle for full time. That is a 1-1 draw here at home against West Ham. Unfortunately, we just could not hold them from scoring a goal. And it's also pretty unfortunate that we could not find the back of the net with any of our chances. Most of our shots just went way, way wide of the post this game. But you know what? We will take a draw when we have to take a draw. That is perfectly fine. We have won plenty of games so far this season. So we just got to take draws when we can. We definitely don't want to take losses. That's the one thing we do not want to do. We want to at least get a point from every game. As you can see now, Aston Villa are sitting in first in the league as of right now, with Newcastle behind them. So Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester City ran off the top 5, and we are now in 6th place, which, again, isn't terrible. I will gladly take that. Arsenal are behind us by 1 point, but we do have a game in hand on them, and we should find ourselves staying in the top 6 for now. And our next opponent is Leicester City, who is sitting down in 17th as of right now. Only 12 points through 14 games. Definitely not terrible for them, but definitely not great as well for their first season back in the Premier League. This is the lineup that Leicester are going to be going with for this game. A few of their players I'm definitely not familiar with. The only ones I'm really too familiar with are Harry Winks and Ndidi. And Connor Cody. I guess there's a few of them that I'm familiar with, and Matt Vididi I've heard of before, but not familiar with too many of them. And this is the lineup that we're going to be going with for this game. So we do have a game against Tottenham only 3 days after this, but that will be in the next episode. So for this game, we're going to go with a little bit of a rotated side. Hopefully we can still find our way to 3 points. So let's go ahead and get into this game. Diaw finds himself in the box, still with the ball. I was expecting that to be a turnover, so I stopped talking. We're going to have to pass this one back, though. Pascal Gross going to look back inside for Evan Ferguson, who tries to find Bino Gittins, but that one is intercepted. And unfortunately, we're going to be away. Buonanotte sending Evan Ferguson through. Can he make a move inside? He can. The defender steps away, and we are able to put that one into the back of the net. And we take a 1-0 lead early on here at the King Power Stadium at Leicester City. How about Buonanotte coming into the squad and making a difference for his first game in quite some time? Comes in, sends it over, an over-the-top pass to Evan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson does the rest, and finally gets a goal in a game in this episode. Valentin Barco is caught out of position momentarily. Diamande is now out on this left wing. Diamande is going to have to come back inside, put some pressure on Doyle. Bornau gets in the way of the shot from Cannon there, and that one is going to be out for a Leicester corner. Leicester going to swing this corner in. We're going to try to head this one away. Diop does well to get in the way of that one, but knocks it out to Harry Winks. Winks sends it back in. Bornau gets to that one, and we're going to be able to get away. Mavidi inside to Christensen. Christensen inside to Winks. Do they have options to pass it into? They do. They're going to keep passing it around. And Ndidi finds Bove, and Bove finds the back of the net. And Leicester level this game at 1. The most dangerous thing in this game is when the AI just starts passing it around like that. Ndidi inside to Bove, and Bove was just surrounded by green. There was no one in the way of that shot, besides Verbruggen even slightly, and Verbruggen could do nothing to save that one. Evan Ferguson out here to Bino Gittins. We're going to try to turn around, make a move inside. trying to look for a pass inside. We're going to make a nice move to get around one defender. We're going to go back to Barco here, who's going to go inside to Ferguson. I wanted him to turn the other way, but that one's going to be cleared away. And the referee's going to blow his whistle for halftime. Not a bad half, but we should not be level in this game 1-1. We should definitely have at least one or two more. And I would like for them to have not had a goal at all, but, you know, you win some, you lose some. One player I've been impressed with this half is Valentin Barco. The young left back has done very well over there. Pascal Gross looking inside for Evan Ferguson. He was onside, but he just couldn't get the shot away. Buonanotte does well to knock that one out, but it's going to be a Leicester throw-in. Grimaldo pushing down this wing now. Inside Valentin Barco, but Barco does well to collapse with Jamie Bino Gittins and gets that one away. Diouf is going to find a pass in here to Evan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson's going to go across goal, and he's going to find the back of the net. What a pass by Diouf, and what a finish by Evan Ferguson. That is going to be goal number 2 for him for the day. Finally stepping up in a game against a lot smaller of a club than Manchester City, where he got his hat trick, but Leicester City still not a bad squad, even though they are near the relegation zone, I guess. But 2 goals today for Evan Ferguson. Let's see if we can get him a third for his second hat trick of the season. Mavididi on a break down here on this left wing. Is he going to find a pass inside? He only finds the foot of Diamande, who gets fouled very, very hard there. But we are able to get this ball away, and maybe we can get on a counterattack. And Jamie Bino Gittins finds Valentin Barco. We try to go for a cross. It hits the arm of Connor Cody, and we are going to be given a free kick on the edge of the box. This free kick is in a pretty dangerous area. We should be crossing this one, but I really want to go with Pascal Gross here for a shot on goal. So we're going to give this one almost full power. We're going to see if he can keep it down low enough. He does, but it curves just on the outside of the near post. Very, very good effort by Pascal Gross. You can see it was tracking for that top corner, but just a couple of feet inside, and it would have been much better. Leicester City pushing down this right wing. They're going to look back inside for Iheanacho, who gets a shot away. Verbruggen gets that one away momentarily, but Christensen ends up with the ball out here near the corner. We're going to go for a tackle with Veltman. We can't get it, but we are going to be able to stop them momentarily. Buonanotte gets fouled from behind very, very terribly here by Mavididi, who gets a yellow card. And there is only a couple of minutes left to play, whatever extra time is. It is now the 90th minute, so it's looking like we're going to find ourselves with a win here. All we have to do is waste the final couple of minutes. Buonanotte makes a nice move around Mavididi. We could try to go for one more goal here, so we might as well. Pascal Gross going to go over the top for Evan Ferguson, who's going to find the back of the net. That was not really what I had planned for the final moments of the game, but we'll take it nonetheless. Evan Ferguson gets his 3rd goal of the game and gets his hat trick. And the referee blows his whistle for full time. The final kick is the final kick of the game. 3 goals for Evan Ferguson, a hat trick for Evan Ferguson, his 2nd of the season. I believe that's now 7 goals for him, so he's only scored in 3 games, but having a pretty solid season so far. And that is going to do it for today's episode, but before we get going, I am going to show you guys the Premier League standings one final time before we head out of here. Liverpool and Aston Villa level on points up top, but Liverpool has a 20 goal difference already this early on in the season. Newcastle and Chelsea round out the top 4, and we are currently sitting in 5th place, level on points with Chelsea. We just are behind on goal difference, so we're having a fantastic start to the season. The top 8 teams are all within like 7 points of each other, so that's very, very exciting to see. We're almost hitting that midway point of the season. So the race for the top 4 in the Premier League and the race for the title is going to be very, very tight, it's looking like. Before we get going, I am going to show you guys the squad stats. I'm not going to talk too much about them. I'm just going to show them to you here. Smith Rowe and Ferguson up top in goals. And then Smith Rowe and Ferguson up top in assists as well, with Neto and João Pedro up there as well. One player I was very, very impressed with in that game against Leicester was Valentin Barco. I'm not sure if there's going to be a whole lot of highlights of him, but man, he was all over the place making tackles and getting interceptions, so it was very, very nice to see. Maybe we can get him some more game time and give Estepinian a little bit more rest. We are already into the month of December, and it's looking like by the end of next episode, we're going to be into the month of January and into the January transfer window. We are going to play the game against Tottenham, Newcastle, Manchester United, and Crystal Palace, and we will likely be simming this game against Arsenal because I believe it is not the final of the Carabao Cup. Yes, it is only the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup against Arsenal, so that game is going to get simulated as well. Hopefully we can get a win in that one, but we'll see. So yeah, after next episode, we're already going to be into the January transfer window, and we need to think about who we need to let go of and who we need to sign if we want to make any changes. There's, you know, this squad's pretty good as of right now. I don't know if there's any changes we really need to make because we don't have any European football or anything to look forward to. The only thing we had to look forward to is the FA Cup, so the squad is honestly pretty solid. I just don't know if you guys feel like there's any changes we should make. So please let me know in the comments down below if you think we should bring in any players or if we should let any players go based on their performances so far this season. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching. This was a fantastic episode. Much like the last one, it is much more fun to play this game when you're winning and when you're drawing than when you're losing. But the losses build character, and they make you play better. And I think that's what those losses to Bournemouth, to Burnley, and to Fulham in the 2 episodes ago, I think it kind of lit a fire underneath me and was like, hey, let's get the defending together, and let's figure out how to defend better on this game. So I've been working on my defending. Please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.